And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome out to J.L. Butch Stoker Stadium. It is a beautiful night for football here at Butch Stoker Stadium. I am Doug Gann alongside of Ernie Lott. And Ernie, thankfully, you're here on time. Last week I got ambushed and had to wear that Washita jersey throughout the broadcast. Thankful that I get to wear this Trojan gear again tonight.
Yeah, it didn't fit too good on you. It didn't look too good on you.
I still think it was from one of their kickers or something because it was snug. I don't know why they have such big numbers on those little uniform tops. I don't.
Might have had something to do with the. Well,
no, they make them. In my defense, they make them to fit snug on there so that you can't pull
grab
it. If
them. That's true.
That's right. So look, if I was running for a touchdown, then nobody would have been able to grab the uniform and get me on there. But here we are, high atop J.L. Butch Stoker Stadium, getting ready for part 2 of this year's battle. We played the Pineville team earlier on in the Jamboree. It was freshmen, it was JV, and it was the varsity that did work in that one. And only touchdown of the night was scored by the freshman team, returned a kick for Pineville. The rest of it, that was the only touchdown. Pineville 0-7 on the season, have had their struggles. But second-year coach Bryant Bell doing his work to get this group together and get everybody ready to go in there. Trojans drop a couple in district. Tough loss last week at Washita. Really were in there in week 1 of district play, which would have been week 6, as Ruston had started out to a big lead. The Trojans battle back, had that opportunity to take the lead following the coming out of the break, but Jotho's interception. At that moment, the wheels fell off of it, and Ruston runs away with it. Goodness, it is. Then that Washita, we all remember that one, Coach. 35-14 at half, and we come down and just 2-point conversion away from it. That's 16 losses that Bachman has had over the last 5.5 years. 11 of them on those teams out of the Northeast sector, and a couple of double overtime losses. So ready to get this one going tonight.
Yeah, anytime you play up around the Monroe-Shreveport area, you're going run into some tough teams, and they play real physical football. Same can be said from around the Lafayette area, the same kind of deal. Trojans are typically, that we have good finesse, we have good speed, offensively doing real well. The defense seems to be a question. If we can start out tonight with a good defensive effort, I think we'll be all right.
Look for the Trojans in this one. They want to start quick and start fast. They expect them to receive the football. If they win the toss, Coach, they're going to go ahead and take the football. And I'm certain that Coach Bell and that group will defer. But I do know that, so expect the Trojans to start out with the ball. That's about all we've got right here. We're going to take our first break of the pregame show. When we come back, we're going to play you a video time that we talked with head coach Thomas Bachman pregame. That was about an hour ago that we got that interview in. So sun was still out a little bit. Cooling off nicely out here. Going to be a beautiful night for football. Also, when we come back, we'll get into Coach Ernie's keys to the game. We'll see what happens in that one if he can break the schneid. 0 for 2 for his last 2. So we're leaning on you tonight to take care of this one. Don't go anywhere. We're about 25 minutes away from kickoff. You're watching Ash Trojan football exclusively on 446 Sports.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Can you tell me about that day?
There was a huge assembly, and then he came to the gym and he announced it.
I would like to honor a warrior that is right here.
I was diagnosed with Wilms tumor kidney cancer.
Colin McGee. We're going to fly you and your family to Universal Studios in Los Angeles to meet Adam Levine. Yes.
Got there, and then we went to Santa Monica Pier, and the water felt good, and I found a bunch of cool rocks, and then we went to The Voice the next day, I got to meet Admiral Levine after the show, which was amazing.
I'm Bob Giles, and I believe every business should give back. Join me at gilesgivesback.com.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
If you could fly, you can play hide and go seek in the clouds. I want to be a pilot. So you can see the whole entire world. If you could fly, you could see the whole world whenever you want.
You're really gonna go on a plane with a pilot. Seriously. Your dream's gonna come true.
Please join us in supporting Dreams Come True of Louisiana. Donate today at gilesgivesback.com.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Cenla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the
Down the field with head coach Thomas Bachman and coach a business-like look about you. Starting out 0-2 in district on there, 2 tough losses on there. We lost our first 2, won the next 3. Here's the start of the next 3. What are you bringing into tonight's game to get ready to go?
Well, they're all, I mean, it doesn't matter what your record is. I think as competitors, you want to win them all. And, obviously the results of the last 2 weeks are not something that we feel good about or are happy with. But tonight's its own ball game. We need to go play well. For our own confidence, for our own, what we're trying to get done, what we want to accomplish. There's still a lot of football left to play, and I hope that there is a sense of urgency. We want to create that within the kids. I just think when you're getting ready to go compete like this, being super relaxed and super easygoing is I don't know how you do that. We're fixing to go get in a physical battle. I mean, it's a controlled rage and a controlled. It's football. It's not a. Hopefully, I don't know how trying to explain what it is and trying to choose.
It's a battle. It's going to be a battle tonight.
Trying to choose wisely the words that you say. But no, we're looking forward to tonight. It's always a great atmosphere, great competition. First time that we've played anybody locally here on the season, so I've been looking forward to this for a while.
What does that do community-wise, just a step away from the game? A game like this, we played them in the Jamboree, and great attendance
crowd
on both sides.
Yep.
You expect more of the same with that tonight?
Certainly hope so. Yeah, it's fun when you're within 20-30 minutes of each other. Really, it's even closer to that. You get there 15 minutes depending on what traffic is. And when you have those type where it's not a 2-hour trip like most of our ball games for either us traveling or the opponent traveling to us, it's just easy to turn out, to get in the car and, rather than going 5 minutes up the road to your own stadium, you're going 15 minutes up the road, and to get home, it just doesn't require, to take off work early and all that stuff. So it's fun to play these games. Really wish we could play more.
You don't oftentimes see you guys play two teams in one season, rather it's regular season and then in the playoffs as well. But a Jamboree opponent here, we kind of took care of business that night. How do you get the guys prepared to say that's its own thing, that's over with, get ready for tonight?
Yeah, this is what, week 8?
Week 8.
I mean, that's a long time ago, right. Over the course of a season. Hopefully both teams have improved, and the personnel that you were playing with and how you've tweaked things, and football being a physical game, the kids that are injured or out or whatever you experience over the course of the year, there's a lot of things that have changed between the Jamboree and where we are tonight. But obviously we hope for more of the same, continue, would like to pick up where we left off. But I don't think that it's a big deal that you played each other. It's not like we weren't going to see each other's schemes on film or see each other's personnel on film. So ultimately kids are going to get between these white lines and play football, and it's going to come down to the team that executes.
There you go. That's that business-like approach that we talked about at the first of this interview. Coach, as always, thanks for taking time out of your pregame to visit with us. We appreciate that.
Yeah, sorry I struggled with that explanation of what it was. But I think the people that are watching have been around us long enough.
Indeed, they have.
They know. So we're looking forward tonight. Appreciate all you do for us, Doug.
Thank you, Coach. Head Coach Thomas Bachman getting ready for our keys to the game, getting ready for our starting lineups, and, of course, we're getting ready to kick this thing off. It's Ash, it's Pineville, and it's right here exclusively on 446 Sports.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Can you tell me about that day?
There was a huge assembly, and then he came to the gym and he announced it.
I would like to honor a warrior that is right here.
I was diagnosed with Wilms tumor kidney cancer.
Colin McGee.
We're going to fly you and your family to Universal Studios in Los Angeles to meet Adam Levine. Yes!
Got there, and then we went to Santa Monica Pier, and the water felt good, and I found a bunch of cool rocks. And then we went to The Voice the next day. I got to meet Adam Levine after the show, which was amazing.
I'm Bob Giles, and I believe every business should give back. Join me at gilesgivesback.com.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
If you could fly, you can play hide and go seek in the clouds. I want to be a pilot. So you can see the whole entire world. If you could fly, you could see the whole world whenever you want.
You're really gonna go on a plane with a pilot.
Seriously.
Your dreams gonna come true.
Please join us in supporting Dreams Come True of Louisiana. Donate today at gilesgivesback.com.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Can you tell me about that day?
There was a huge assembly, and then he came to the gym, and he announced it.
I would like to honor a warrior that is right here.
I was diagnosed with Wilms tumor kidney cancer.
Colin McGee.
We're going to fly you and your family to Universal Studios in Los Angeles to meet Adam Levine. Yes!
I got there, and then we went to Santa Monica Pier, and the water felt good, and I found a bunch of cool rocks, and then we went to The Voice the next day. I got to meet Adam Levine after the show, which was amazing.
I'm Bob Giles, and I believe every business should give back. Join me at gilesgivesback.com.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
If you could fly, you can play hide and go seek in the clouds. I want to be a pilot. So you can see the whole entire world. If you could fly, you could see the whole world whenever you want.
You're really gonna go on a plane with a pilot.
Seriously.
Your dream's gonna come true.
Please join us in supporting Dreams Come True of Louisiana. Donate today at gilesgivesback.com.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Cenla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family for all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, apparel and promotions in Pineville.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone, day or night, wherever you are or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
The 2022 Time Dealer of the Year, Bob Giles, is now the new Hyundai dealer in Cenla. Bob earned the industry's most prestigious award out of 16,000 new car dealers nationwide.
Hi, I'm Bob Giles, and I promise our team at the all-new Giles Hyundai will do everything possible to live up to the high standards that earned us this most prestigious honor. And with the utmost enthusiasm, we greatly look forward to serving you.
Appliance Parts Company in Alexandria has all your major appliance parts needs. We sell parts to all major appliances as well as new appliances, including window units, chest, and upright freezers. Appliance Parts originally opened its doors on Lee Street in 1972, and we're now open at a new location on Memorial Drive to serve you better. Stop by, say hey to our crew, and check out our awesome holiday gifts. Appliance Parts, 2208 Memorial Drive in Alexandria next to Target. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 9 till 12.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing
tonight. Father, give them the strength and ability to play their best and show good sportsmanship on the field. We pray that you keep any injuries from occurring. We also pray for the women who are going through breast cancer and Coach Mercer's daughter, Josie. We ask you to strengthen their bodies and heal them in Jesus' name. Amen.
And we are back to JL Butch Stoker Stadium. Doug Gann alongside of Ernie Lott, and a little bit of video difficulties there that we're having. So it will be recorded in its entirety. We understand that the video is off right now. You'll see the scroll and then the score up at the top of it, working feverishly to get that corrected for you. Looking out over the field at tonight's captains, I see James Harrington is there, Datlin Cunningham, John Barajas, and Bryce Rushing. Across the way for the visiting Rebels of Pineville picking them out from across the field. Looks like number 9 is out there. That's Greg Willis. Number 50 we see is Jonathan Lemons. 56 is there as well. That's Jacob Asbury. And 75, and that looks to be number 60, Carter Milliner. Carter Milliner is the one that we misidentified as number 50, and then the other is 75, Xavier Silas.
Number 75, Xavier Silas, and number 9, Greg
Trojans in their purple tops with white pants, the white block letters. Rebels in all white with the maroon helmets.
And number 5, Bryce
And the
Rushing.
Rebels will call this one. Good to be back home after that trip to Ouachita. Great not to have a jersey that I'm wearing, and so we're excited to have my Ash shirt on, those who watch the Ouachita game. And again, we understand the video is out. They're doing the coin toss right now. We'll get that updated and fixed as quick as we can. But the game is being recorded, and we will have it in its entirety with full video uploaded shortly after tonight's contest or sometime throughout the evening. Coin toss is going on down on the field now. Referee, they've got it. And the Trojans have won the toss, and like we talked about in the pregame, Coach, have elected to receive. They want to get that offense out there.
Yeah, I'd like to see them get off to a fast start myself, and defense shut them down early.
Bachman said that they are going to spare nothing in this game when we talked to him off of our interview. And again, for those of you just tuning in, we know that the video is out. Like the good old radio days, we'll describe it for you. And then after tonight, we'll all be able to go back and watch this one. So just hang in there. Appreciate the work of Brett Stallsby down on the field with the camera and our other cameras that are there. We're going to have to get the battery fixed on that one down there already, running low on that. Trojans will be receiving the opening kickoff here. A couple of minutes to go. Wonder if they'll just get the clock and get it going. Pregame went rather quickly tonight. Trojans will receive from the Jackson Street end zone. They will be going towards the baseball field. Going back deep to receive is Eric Jones. He is back there with JT Lindsay. Lindsay back deep. Couple of up man, you see Mingo is out there, and Jimmy Duncan. Jimmy Duncan will be wearing number 2 throughout the rest of the season. Jimmy making the switch over from number 22 to number 2.
Looks like kicking off Pineville Rebels is Braylon Birch, I believe.
Yes.
Got teed it up. Like to see a good return here.
Birch for Pineville is kicking off for the Rebels.
At the 15-yard line, that kick is deep, and it's going to make its way over to Jones. Jones gets it at the 15, now 20. 25 looking for a seam. Going to be brought down at the 31-yard line is Eric Jones, and that's where the Trojans will begin their first offensive set of the evening. And, Coach, we talked about starting fast. You hear the crowd getting into it already, the band firing up, and the Trojans are going to go try to get something big on this first play.
Yeah, the last couple of games, that's been the boogaboo for the Trojans, is they get behind early, and the offense has not been able to score any points early on, and then have to fight to come back, and hopefully they can get some points right off the bat.
Cunningham in the backfield with Joe. Joe hands it off to Cunningham. Now Cunningham cuts back up the middle, and so that's certainly not any trickeration that we had talked about, but certainly going at a quicker tempo than we even saw last week.
Yeah, just got him a shoestring tackle there. He might have been gone for the races.
Pickup of 5 by Cunningham, make it 2nd down and 5. Joe back to pass, got my over the middle. My down to the 35-yard line. That is a big Trojan first down. And boy, Coach, just again a step away from getting to the end zone there. Good job of not giving up on that defensively.
Yeah, safety made a heck of a tackle right there. It had been 6, saved a touchdown.
Mingo going in motion. Lindsay in the backfield with Cunningham as a blocker. Now Cunningham cuts back to the middle. His second carry just gets a couple on this one. 2nd down and 8. Trojans going quickly in there. Just 11:09 that remains. So 51 seconds gone. Lindsay comes out. That means he'll go with another wide receiver. And you do see Jones out near the numbers false start will be whistled against the Trojans as the left guard caught moving there. That's Calcoat on the motion penalty. That'll put the Trojans behind the chains for the first time at 2nd down and 12.
Call it 2nd down and 12.
Going pretty good there for a short period of time, and then going to get behind the chains, but 2nd and 13 or so.
Safety's back just a bit. Ball rests at the 37-yard line. A little inside toss to Johnson. Johnson trying to get to the corner. Gets a couple of guys, stiff-arm them there, and Jalen is thrown up and is thrown down hard on his shoulder, and he's not getting up now.
Yeah, I think he would have been better off to cut it up the field that time. He stretched it on out to the sideline, and he had his blockers turned up, and he didn't. But
visibly hurting on that left shoulder, as that's the one that Johnson came down on. Right shoulder actually is the one that's giving him trouble.
3rd and about 7.
Play action there. Joe's got it. Joe looking down the field. Good job. That ball in and out of the hands of E.J. Scott. E.J. unable to hang on to it. And, Coach, that was right in the hands.
Yeah, he a little close to the sideline, but one he should have had. He had a short man he could have thrown to as well, but he went for the deeper route.
Jimmy Duncan will now switch places with E.J. So you've got Duncan, the lone receiver, to the far side. To the near side in the slot is Mingo. And Eric Jones out just outside the numbers. Datlin Cunningham, the running back, in there. He's in the block. Good presence in the pocket by Joe. And that 4th down. Couldn't miss on a 4th down last week. And they're one tonight in the hands again. Joe putting the ball there. Just the receivers letting them go.
Yeah, it was too far for a field goal and too short for a punt. So it's kind of more or less had to go for it. And unfortunately, they didn't make the play.
That is certainly what you wanted if you are Coach Bell and that Pineville Rebel defensive unit to come out, and that throws off the start of the 2nd quarter, all of those things by the Trojans not going out there. Now, defense that held Pineville in check in the regular season, in the Jamboree game. We'll see what they've got here. Handoff is up the middle. That is Jalen Whitty at quarterback. We saw him all the way, and he hands the ball off to 32, look like 37, and I don't have a 37 on my roster.
Look for Pineville to do basically the same thing that Ouachita did and Ruston did, is run straight at Trojans. They've had a tough time stopping the power game right at them.
Trojans all within 8 yards of the line of scrimmage. There's that little inside handoff. That is to Landon Grimes. Grimes has it, and he makes his way out for a pickup of maybe 4. It'll be 3rd down and 6. John Barajas on the tackle for the Trojans. Out to the 34-yard line, moving right to left are the Rebels. 9:37 remaining, 1st quarter of play. And this is the first possession for the Rebels. They held the Trojans to a turnover on downs just 3 plays ago. Now they will come up for their 3rd and 7. Whitty brings a man in motion, calls for it. The handoff is going to go right up the middle and going to find good running room. And, Coach, this is the time where it's 4th down and short, Joe, and 7. What do you stay out there and go for it.
Yeah, it's going to be right at the yard to go. Your defense, like I say, I didn't get a chance to do the keys to the game, but that was one of the keys that the defense has got to put a stop on them early, because in the last 2 or 3 games we've gotten behind and had to play catch-up for the most part.
Trojans stopped Ouachita on some key 4th downs while converting all of theirs. This time they go for 1, and here is the first attempt. They're going to jump off sides, and that'll give it to them free. That was Aiden Walker coming into the neutral zone. Yeah, that's going to be a first.
Concentration, and coach is fixing to have a set 2 with him right here.
He called a timeout following that one, too. We're going to keep it here, and we'll talk it through as we're still trying to work out the technology difficulties that we're facing. Again, Coach, beautiful night for it. Trojans won the toss, got the ball, exactly what they wanted to do. But that Rebel defense forced the turnover on downs. A couple of drop balls that could have been there. You know, Mingo, shoestring tackle, keeps him from going to the end zone, and a couple of the other ones that were drops would have been big plays. But that's the kind of things you got to execute early on.
Right.
Just a reminder, the video troubles. The game is being recorded, so you'll be able to see all of it in its entirety as we upload that sometime throughout the night. But we'll get this back up and going here soon. Until then, it's a la radio days. First down and 10 for the Rebels, moving towards Jackson Street end zone from the 45-yard line, their own. Motion man goes across, but the handoff is right up the middle now, breaking to the outside. Good running room for the Rebels, and another Pineville first down out to the 43-yard line of the Trojans.
Yeah, like I say, if they watched any of the Washita film, they tend to run at our linebackers, and our linebackers are not stepping up and filling the hole. I think we need to either pinch the tackles or slant the front or something, because try to keep them off our linebackers. Pick up the first down.
Trying to get the name of, looks like they've got number 37 in there, running back for the Rebels, and I don't have him on the roster. First down and 10 for Pineville. That inside handoff is to Grimes. Grimes working his way to the outside. Grimes, just a sophomore coach, and over the summer they have their So we've been that is Fortson, that is number 37. He was normally number 3. That's the adjustment that's been made on the roster. But Grimes, the sophomore, won the weightlifting competition that they all have. So the strongest over the juniors, seniors, all of them. He put up the most weight.
Wow.
So that's that young man there, the sophomore wideout.
He's got a lot of sophomores playing for the Rebels. They should be in the next couple of years pretty solid.
There you see we're back on with our video. We appreciate that. Fortson now getting to the outside on that second down carry. So you heard it. We don't have to catch you up with it because you did hear along as everything was going on. But certainly glad to have you here now. Got our camera down on the field for the very first time. You'll see the view from there. It is. That's that. We'll get a lot of goal line action with that. Hopefully, we told Brett he'd be down on the field tonight, and he was excited until he realizes he has to go up and down the field every time.
No rest for the weary.
Right. Third down and 3 for the Rebels from the Trojans' 36-yard line. Motion man is Carr. Again, Fortson gets the carry, and he gets out to another Rebel first down, Coach, and that's 3 of them on this drive, and that's more than they had in the Jamboree game.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. They found some weakness in that Ash defense, and they're taking advantage of it. The defense is going to have to come over here and make some adjustments. Right now, it looks like they're pulling the onside guard and trapping between the end and the tackle, and linebackers not getting there.
And look, there's a lot of film on it too, and that's the way that that teams have been able to get to the Trojans. First down and 10 for the Rebels from the 32-yard line, let's call it. Whitty's got it, goes to Fortson. There's that defensive front standing up and making. That is rushing that's in there. Jeffers Wright is in on the play.
And get them behind the 8 ball there. Be second and long. If they can make a good stop here, it should be okay. I was watching the field goal kicker for the Rebels. He's distance maybe best 20, 25 yards. He was just barely getting it over the crossbar.
Scoring has been at a premium for the Rebels this season too. Have been shut out a couple of games in a row, but they are putting a very impressive drive together as Fortson gets it once again. This time, though, he's met right after the line of scrimmage. He'll get out to the 30. It's going to be third down and 8. And, Coach, outside of the range of their field goal kicker, we believe, but anything down here is going to be 4-down territory.
Yes, for some reason or another, they're running to our defensive left side. They're running away from number 5 for the most part.
I don't blame them there. Stay away from Bryce, but they run right into the arms of Jeremiah Jeffers Wright. 5 minutes even remaining in this rapidly moving first quarter.
Now they flip-flop the strong side to this side. Look for them to come this direction.
Whitty calls for the ball, brings Grimes in motion once again, and a false start, we believe, is going to, they're going to call offsides against the Trojans.
Wound up in the
looks
neutral
like.
zone.
And it will, and it's going to be encroachment. And goodness, you go from 3rd and 8 to 3rd and 3, yeah. And look, I'm going to tell you, Bachman, we talked in the pregame interview about him being very businesslike, had that kind of look. It's been a difficult week for the Trojans here as they look to rebound from those 2 opening district losses that they had at the hands of Ruston and Washington. But here is an opportunity to get things going. Grimes again on the carry, but shot through in the back. And that was big-time work in the backfield. That is Amirion Mingo coming in there playing a little bit of defense.
Yeah, that's the first time they've really tried to run wide on the Trojans. I don't think that's their cup of tea. Like I said, best success has been right off tackle or just inside the end. And it's going to be a big down here for the Rebels.
We saw Mingo a little bit at the tail end of the last couple of games come in and play some defense. He is lining up on Braylon Wilson, their big sophomore receiver now. And 4th down and 10, and you knew that the Rebels would go for it. Trying to get some motion going again. High snap, play action.
Oh,
and a lot going on that time. There's going to be an illegal shift. It's going to be declined, and that'll be a turnover on downs. The ball will go back to the Trojans.
Rebels had number 8. It looked like number 80. He was in the middle of the field there. Just the quarterback airmailed it a little bit high because he was definitely open.
Would have come back. Well, the whistle blows beforehand, and then the play kept going. They had an illegal shift prior to it. So, yeah, it was going to be turned over there. 1st down and 10 for your Trojans. They survived that opening drive. What was a very good drive by the Rebels. Coach got all the way down to the 32-yard line. Actually got further than that, but the sack from Mingo, or the tackle for loss from Mingo. Now we come out the Trojans, set to go left to right. Cunningham's going to get it up the middle, looking to make a couple of guys miss. Keeps on banging around, does Cunningham into Rebel territory, out to the 47-yard line. That's a 23-yard pickup.
Got past the linebackers there and got into the secondary. I thought he was going to break it for the big one.
3:35 to go in a scoreless first quarter. And my goodness, never would have thought that. Quickly over to Jones. He has it. Good blocking on the outside. But equally as efficient on the tackle is Greg Willis. Willis comes out. Willis by far one of the best athletes in the school. We saw him in baseball pitch that Ash Pineville game that we saw and held the Ash batters in check most of the game. There's Cunningham just shoving his own guys out of the way. And Cunningham gets another first down there, all the way out to the Rebel 31-yard line, 1st down and 10. Good bit of running there from Cunningham.
Yeah, number 9, he's a big old dude.
Greg Willis, indeed, he is. 2:53 to go, first quarter of play. Trojans with 2 to the top. Cunningham, once again, the workhorse, gets it. And good job in the middle by 33, Eric Frazier, to make that tackle.
I'd like to see the Trojans just stick to the run here. They're moving the ball fairly well, picking up 3, 4, or 5 yards, and then a big run every now and then. So I don't see any need to pass.
Just
that kind of yardage.
And the running does line. Only 59 players dressed tonight for the Rebels. Toss goes to Cunningham to the top. He's following his blocker, but a good job of getting off the block was that Pineville defense. And again, number 33, Frazier. Eric Frazier, the junior linebacker from the Rebels, has been impressive on this drive for tackling.
Once again, they're back up to the line of scrimmage. That's one thing that the Trojans probably could wear the Rebels out, because like you say, they've only got 50-something players dressed, and it's going to wear on them surely by the second and third quarters.
3rd down and 4, handoff right back up the middle, and
looks like
very close to another Trojan
down.
first down, and I do believe he has it. They're marking him on it'll be a first down from the 26-yard line. Looking out as they get near the 20, Coach, and it looks like maybe their 2 was missing and they had to use their 5. 2 looks like a flipped up, and it doesn't look like they're, you see what I'm talking about there. Yeah. First down and 10. Handoff comes to this side as Lindsey, but firing in the middle is number 55. That is Alex Corville. Corville just firing through the middle and making that impressive play by Alex Corville.
Must have brought him on a stunt. I didn't see it, but he was definitely in the backfield.
5-yard loss, make it second down and 15 from the 31-yard line. Cunningham this time in motion now. He's going over the middle. Wide open, Mingo to the 10-5. Touchdown, Mingo. Touchdown, Trojans. That's the one they tried to work on a little bit earlier that because it was so wide in the field that it got to him. But great job with Mingo, and you'll see it on the screen, Coach. Take us through that.
Yeah, he just a post route, and he got behind the linebacker and between the safeties, and it was an easy 6.
Amarion Mingo with the touchdown reception from Bordelon caps off the first score. The Trojans close the gate. They send Van Dyke back in there to kick out of the hold of Mingo. And the Trojans strike first. Took them 11 minutes and 10 seconds to get the scoring going. Good hold that time by Mingo. That kick is up, and it is good. 7-0. We'll be back as Trojans lead this one 7-0 right after this. 446 Sports.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
And we are back. Trojans spread out now. Don't expect the onside kick. We talked about it a little bit during the break, but I've learned a long time ago with Coach Bachman is don't ever expect what you expect. Setting up to kick this one is Mesh, and it's that high kick over the head. It's going to bounce around. The Trojans have a shot at getting that one. It's going to roll out of bounds, and boy, that was a different variation, Coach, of it with that high pooch kick over the front line, and he and I had actually talked about that a little bit.
The guy did a good job of recovering because it was in his hands for a second, and it kind of dropped out of bounds. Otherwise, it would have.
The good thing about that,
35.
The good thing about that, if you're the receiving team, all you do is knock that thing out of bounds.
Yeah.
Because the defense or the kicking team had to gain possession of it.
Like to see the defense step up right here and put them 3 and out, get good field position here.
48 seconds remain in this one. It's 7-0. Trojans lead here. Following that pooch kick, the Rebels have it first down and 10 from the 37. Woody back in quarterback. He back in the shotgun. He's got Fortson in there with him. Duncan now also out there playing some defensive back. Oh, and what a big-time hit in the middle. John Barajas coming through there just firing off.
That's that same play they've been running. They're blocking down and kicking out the end, and he did a good job of
watch
stuffing
Barajas
it up.
on the instant replay just fire through there and lift him up. And goodness, still a yard pickup, forward momentum, got the yard out of it, second down and 9. Cameras are rolling along. We lost our field camera there, as we expect that's the battery.
Somebody forgot to charge the battery?
Well, we're not getting into that. Handoff goes to Fortson off to the right side. He's going to be brought down.
Looks like the defense might have made a little adjustment there, but they've been running to the tight end side, like I say, and blocking down and kicking out, and Trojans are attacking a little bit better, so it's going to make it a third down as the quarter ends here.
That is the end of the first. We will be back for the second quarter play. Trojans lead this one 7-0. You're watching Ash Trojan football on 446 Sports.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Back to live action we go. Starting off the second quarter, Rebels switch ends with the Trojans. They have it 3rd down and 9 following 2 good defensive stops. We're going to get our replacement battery down there and swap out Dawn on the field at halftime. So we'll get that one back. Good work by that Trojan defense coach. After the first, 7 or 8 plays, they forced the turnover on downs and now have gotten pretty solid on this one. 3rd down and 9. Rebels have it from the 33.
Flip to the strong side, to the wide side this time. That should have been a
little bit of a
right
false
there,
start. It was.
Yeah.
He lifted up his hand. Did the offensive lineman 75? He was one of the captains tonight. That's Silas, the senior offensive lineman, just getting things going a little bit early. And we will try to go down at halftime and talk to Coach Bachman when he comes out of the break. See if technology allows us to do that. Should be able just to use the microphone on the camera that's out there. I don't know about that. We're fiddling too early. 3rd down and 14. Whitty back to pass, getting pressured. Throws that one behind the wide receiver. Had a little bit of separation. But that's going to bring up 4th down, and don't expect them to go for it out here, Coach.
No, they brought, I'm trying to get his number there. Came in on stunt. He had to get rid of it pretty quick. Defense is starting to look a little better. After that first series, they kind of got pushed around, but doing a good job attacking the line of scrimmage.
Mingo's back deep to receive. Coach, I don't think we've really had a positive punt return this season, short of the one that Mingo ran back that got called back on the penalty. Just haven't had a lot of punts to them. Of course, the games, people hadn't been punting lately.
True. They've been scoring too many.
Whitty on to punt this one, end over end kick. Coming up and getting it is Mingo, and he's going to be hit as soon as he gets it. Flying down the field was Charlie Carr.
Yeah, not a good job by the Trojans of holding up the line of scrimmage. They were there by the time the football was, and that was not a very high punt.
And look, normally, Coach, you don't see it. If it's that quick, you think that you're going to get an opportunity to run that one back.
You would think so. I mean, like I say, it was almost a low-line drive, and they were down there almost as soon as he caught the ball. Trojans ran the ball well that last series. See what they can come back with.
Cunningham's got it up the middle, bouncing around. Going to be brought down. Looks like Corville again. No, that's at 56 and 55. Asbury and in on that one, 56. Jacob Asbury got that one. Then big head of steam and getting there for the 1st down is Cunningham. He gets the ball to midfield for the Trojans.
The offensive line is doing a good job coming off now. They are moving the Rebels back a good 3 yards before they even get close to the running back.
1st down and 10 from midfield. High snap, but Joe's got it. Cunningham now cuts to the outside, but Datlin, he likes to seek contact. He cut it back up the middle.
Yeah, I thought if he'd have bounced it at the outside, he might have took it to the house, but the easier to see it up here than it is down on the field.
Lindsey comes in and switches places with Datlin. Definitely the speed back. If they see something, you get Lindsey to the corner, and he's got a chance. They're coming to the near side is JT. He's looking for that corner, has to cut back to the inside, and is going to bang around to the 34-yard line, and it looks like JT might have put it on the ground, and he did. And that is a turnover, first turnover of the night. The Trojans had a turnover on downs, and now they have this one, and trying to get the medical staff out there for.
Is that a Rebel?
That's, for the Rebels.
did hate to see that because the Trojans were moving the ball. Dallin was doing a good job of running it. I talked to him after the Washita game, and I told him, I said, I don't know if it was his daddy or somebody was talking to him, but when he gets up in the crowd, he needs to lower that shoulder and run behind his pads. And I said the same thing. You know, a couple of times he running up at the end zone down there, standing straight up, and took some good shots. And you got to put the wood on somebody else, be the aggressor. And I think that he's been doing that tonight.
We're going to go take a commercial timeout here, 30-second one. We'll be right back. You're watching Ash Trojan football on Well, we'll hang on, Chuck. Don't go anywhere yet. Looks like the young man is getting up. That is number 21, Ty Sanders. Good to see the sophomore DB up for
Looks like
the
an
Rebels.
Ankle or a knee. Hate to speculate, but the way they carried him off, he's gingerly off that ankle.
And already a very limited roster for the Rebels. Just, we said, 59 dressed. And you, Coach, you put that in comparison to the numbers out there, and you can see they don't stretch down the field a lot.
Yeah, that, I know how it is, and it's for a 5A school to only have 50-something guys. That's pretty tough, because at this level, you're going to have kickoff, team, defense, offense, if you're in a 2A or 3A level, you'd be playing guys both ways, and I'm sure some of these guys are going both ways because of lack of numbers.
Indeed,
but you got to give the Rebels credit.
They're battling hard. But what happens is you go toe to toe with them, and then you start getting wore down, and that gets it tough because you just fresh bodies after fresh bodies coming in there for the Trojans.
Their offense has got to done that.
Game and JT spells him just a bit, but over there on the sideline talking with him, that's good to see. Whitty now rolling out, he's being pressured, gets that ball out of there, incomplete, intended.
He had number 44 wide open in the flat, nobody was even on him. He chose to go to the deep guy. If he'd hit the guy in the flat, he would have been off to the races, but it's easy for me to say up here, up in the press box.
Closing in on him was Daniel Crenshaw. Crenshaw had a big week last week in some tackles. We called his name quite a bit. Again, moving left to right now as we are 10:40 to go until halftime here in the second. Trojans just a touchdown on there, 7-0, and so a very inspired performance by these Rebel. Grimes goes in motion, handoff goes up the middle. Going to be a big pickup, and we heard about Ethan Gates. Ethan Gates is a big fullback type of runner that they have normally for blocking, but he gets the handoff and goes up the middle, picks up 7. It'll be 3rd down and 3 from the 43-yard line.
That was a little change of pace there. They've been pulling that guard to the strong side, and they gave it to him on the backside where the guard pulled from, and picked up a nice gain.
10:06 and counting. Rebels have it. Call or an unsportsmanlike conduct call. We're going to have to see who it's called against. It looks like it's going to go against the Trojans for the extracurricular at the end of that play. Personal foul whistled against the Trojans, and that's going to be an automatic 1st down.
Coach Bachman wants to know who it was on. I didn't see anything other than maybe number 8 come running up there, hopping up and down.
But that's not going to be the personal foul portion of it. Yeah, they'll count off a big penalty here, and Trojans had some things going on, and that's just that's discipline, Coach, is all it is, or lack thereof.
Yeah, and against your rival, you don't want to see that. Apparently, it must be, who's that coming off? Number 2?
That is Jimmy Duncan that's coming off of the field.
Don't want to speculate, but if he came out, possibly that's who they called it on.
Well, they're rotating wide receivers in there at defensive back, cornerback, because they are without Chris Clark. Handoff goes to Grimes on the inside, and that has been their most effective play. Grimes is looking for the end zone, no flags, and that is a touchdown for the Rebels, and we're an extra point away from being tied up. And Nathan Boom Martin on the Rebels radio broadcast giving it to you there. You know, they've not had an awful lot of opportunities to shoot that cannon off, and they here an extra point away from being tied in the second quarter with the Trojans.
And that's why the penalties will get you there. 15 yards gave them good
Gave them new life.
Position.
It would have been fourth down and probably 8 or 9.
Absolutely.
Would have been a punt. And so this from a fumble, and that kick is up, and it is good. We're knotted at 7. We'll talk about that when we come back. You're watching Ash Trojan Football on 446 Sports.
The 2022 Time Dealer of the Year, Bob Giles, is now the new Hyundai dealer in Senla. Bob earned the industry's most prestigious award out of 16,000 new car dealers nationwide.
Hi, I'm Bob Giles, and I promise our team at the all-new Giles Hyundai will do everything possible to live up to the high standards that earned us this most prestigious honor. And with the utmost enthusiasm, we greatly look forward to serving you.
And we are back. Trojans set to return their second kick. Eric Jones back deep to receive. He is there with, see if who's back there with him, if that's Lindsey or if Lindsey is swapped out some. Nope, that's JT.
JT also for
So
the
the fumble, Coach, as the Trojans were marching, and then the personal foul penalty that would have been fourth down and 8 or 9 instead is a touchdown, and we're tied at 7.
Yeah, once again, I'm disappointed in the defense. We play well for a couple of plays and then give up a big one in addition to the penalties. Not good deal.
Birch, the sophomore kicker, puts a foot into this one. Jimmy Duncan's going to settle under it at the 21. Duncan now trying to get to the outside is going to be spun around and brought down at the 32. Good starting field position for Bordelon and the Trojan offense.
Pineville Rebels had most success running to that tight end side with they running it's like a unbalanced because they're bringing the wide receiver in. I don't know if he's a true wide receiver or not, but let's get the extra blocker over there, and they're running between the defensive end and blocking down on our linebackers, and that's what he scored on.
Trojans have it first down and 10 from the 32. 9:13 to go until halftime in a tied game. Cunningham back in there trying to get to the outside and untied things. Cunningham to the 40, now 45-50 into Rebel territory down to the 40-yard line, and a good job of running the football by Datlin Cunningham.
Showed the speed there. He got around the corner and turned on the jets, and one man was able to push him out of bounds, or otherwise that would have been 6.
So they mark him out of bounds at the 43, but the Trojans very much go tempo. High snap, Joe's got it back, looking to pass, going over the middle, wide open, Mingo drops it. That is the third drop of the night for Trojan receivers, and Joe couldn't have walked down there and put it in his hands, and Mingo just beside himself because he knew he had that one.
Yeah, he could have stopped and just caught that one flat-footed and walked into the end zone because there was nobody in the middle of the field. Same play that they scored on early to him, and he just flat dropped it.
Very good to see Jalen Johnson back in there. He is on the sophomore cornerback Durbin. You'd like to see maybe Jalen go over there, but safety moves over to this side. Miranda giving some help over here. Looking at it, that is Mingo. He gets this one. That was a good catch because that was behind him. Mingo out for the first down. So what a great combination between Bordelon and Mingo that they've come up with.
Yeah, he knows he should have had it, and he did, like I said, did a heck of a job of catching it behind him that time, and maybe that's what the deal is. The other one was too easy to catch.
Right. That was a great catch on that one. Bordelon this time back to Cunningham. Cunningham looking for room up the middle. Shifty move to the outside. Now cuts it back in. 10 inside the 10 to the, they'll mark it right on the 10-yard line.
The offense is doing a heck of a job. It's just the defense is going to have to step up and make some plays here. Play well for a couple of plays and then give up a big one. And that's been the story pretty much for the whole.
Timeout is going to be called by the Rebels. We'll take it with them. Be back in 30 seconds. You're watching Ash Trojan Football on 446 Sports.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
Back to action we go following that quick 30-second timeout. Trojans marching down here. First down and goal. They'll mark it the ball right on the 10-yard line, so can't get there. And, Coach, I don't think you do anything but get it back to Datlin.
They haven't shown that they could stop him on. I mean, he's cutting it back against the grain, and then once you get in the secondary, their secondary guys are not really big except for one.
Cunningham does get it. Off tackle he goes. Now getting to the outside with a straight arm and is going to be brought down at the 5-yard line. Good job of tackling. Look, I'm telling you, these Rebel defenders have been doing great work at tackling.
Yeah, he did a nice bulldog tackle, if you want to call it that.
Quickly to the ball they go. Quickly Cunningham gets it, cutting to the outside. Now the inside. How about that? Touchdown. Let me check that. Is that, yep, that's Cunningham that gets in there. And just a big power run in that entire play. And it looks like we've lost all of our video on there again, so we'll keep you through it. 8 minutes. Trojans have this one 13-7, working on the swinging gate. They'll close it.
The video feed again.
Van Dyke in there for the point after. Mingo on to hold. Snap is back. Mingo picks that one up. That kick is up, and it is good. 14-7. Trojans untie things. Get it back to the one-score lead. 8 minutes to go. Pretty impressive drive, Coach. The last 7 or 8 plays, they're giving the ball to Cunningham, mixed in that good pass. Of course, they would have had the touchdown before on the one that Mingo drops, but he comes back, makes a good catch, gets the first. But just give the rock to Datlin Cunningham.
Yeah, I mean, why change when you're picking up 6, 8, 10 yards a pop on the running game? Every now and then you might want to throw it, but you can tell the Rebels are starting to get a little tired. There's a couple of missed tackles, and of course, it's a good job by Cunningham running the ball, cutting back against the grain, and so forth. We'd like to see the defense step up here and stop them for a change.
Trojans stacked in the huddle. And we saw them onside kick it right up the middle the last week. They did that a couple of times.
The old rugby scrum here.
Let's see if they're going to spread things out. The whistle blows. They stay in tight. And now we'll spread it out. Going adjusting the football is Mesh. As Mesh will get there and get set to put a foot into this one. Is back. And kicks that high pooch to the sideline kick. It's going to bounce around and out of bounds. The coach is going to have to do that a little less close to the sideline, as there our camera is back. No. He took the battery out of the camera. All right. We're 14-7 there. The Trojans with the lead. We'll get that fixed. A lot going on. We'll sort out at halftime.
Palmer's going to start on the 35, but you'd like to see the defense make the Rebels go 3 and out.
14-7. Trojans have the lead. Getting that updated for you there on the on our Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard. Rebels have it first down and 10 from the 35-yard line. That goes to Grimes again, and that has been the big play for the Trojans, but he is stopped in the backfield. The last several have been stopped in the backfield, Coach, except the one that got the penalty called on, and then right after that, they bust a big 41-yard run.
Right. Just consistency, that's the thing you're looking for more than anything else out of the defense, trying to catch some of these scores here as they go across the bottom of the screen.
I did see Neville on top 7-0. Caldwell up 6-0 over Buckeye in the second quarter. That was
Rose Pine Menard 0-0.
That is senior night. Is that what we heard at Rose Pine or at Menard? Or yeah, at Menard.
Marksville Bolton 0-0 in the first.
Handoff up the middle. That's the big fullback. Gets a good head of steam, but is hit right as he gets the penalty yardage back.
Tell you what, he was motoring through the line of scrimmage, though. I have to give him that.
He got there quick. He had a good head of steam going. Third down and 9.
Here comes number 5 out. Looks like he might have a
little stinger, they call that.
Shoulder, yeah.
That's going to put number 42, Mack, into the game. He is a 5'10", 217-pound defensive lineman. Amstian Mack.
Back, make a tackle.
High snap, Trojan defenders bring it down.
Tried to cut it back against the grain that time, and the Trojans were there. That was that same fullback to the weak side, away from what they've been doing to the strong side with the other running back, and Trojans were all over at that time. So it's fourth down and going to have to.
4th and 12, back to punt, and they're the same situation that we're under. Their quarterback is their punter, so Jalen Whitty stands out there.
Got a spread formation here. The Trojans kind of look like they might not have seen this. Could throw out of it if they wanted to.
That kick is low and going to bounce around, and Mingo would be best served to get out of the way of it. The ball got hit at the 34-yard line by the Rebel kick coverage team, so it'll be down there. Trojans will have it there. Opportunity now perhaps to put a little distance there, just the 1-score lead. Trojans defense is rising to the occasion, as you know. Notice that just getting a little more tired out there, and you made mention of that, Coach.
Yeah. I'd like to see Bryce sitting over on the sideline. The trainer or doctor looked at him, might have, like I say, a little stinger in his shoulder. That's one of our better defensive tackles. Hate to see him leave the game.
First down and 10, Trojans from the 34. Joe back to pass. Good time in the pocket, stepping up now, going over the middle, but threw it in the middle of five Rebel defenders.
Rebels are going with a 3-man front. I just don't understand. You know, they got dropping 8 in the secondary, looking for the pass. And
a lot of times that's when you're able to run that ball effectively.
You would think we would take advantage of it. We've been running the ball well.
3-man front stopping that run of Cunningham, and is difficult to say the least. And they're still in it.
Yeah, basically a 3-4 if you want to call it that.
But the 4 is a ways back, and so you just got to get past that initial surge, and Cunningham does that and able to roll off 7 or 8, and he's going to be driven down out of bounds as Cunningham.
Thought he might have got away with a little face mask there, but nothing was called.
But, you know, I continue to run that football there until they come and put some more guys in the box on you.
Yeah,
linebackers are a little bit more snug this time, but Cunningham just runs up over his own offensive lineman.
Yeah, the lineman could have gone on downfield. He had to bump him out of the way, but he still managed to pick up the first down. Got another Rebel down on.
Injured Rebel on the field. And look, already, as we said, shorthanded. They've had a couple of guys that have come off, and that's fatigue having to play out there so much.
Number 45 looks like for the Rebels. Is that a linebacker?
That is Zane Seitz, the sophomore linebacker.
Go to the Ask Gator Facebook page.
That's tough asking a sophomore to play linebacker in a 5A level. I don't care who you are.
It's a tough position to play, bar none.
That's like freshmen in college. Very few freshmen can step up and play at that level. Yeah, either offense or defense. So
correct.
Hopefully it's nothing serious. Maybe just got the wind knocked out of it or something.
This is a fun, safe community.
If these guys can stick together for the Rebels in the next couple of years, and all those sophomores that they're playing, they're going to be good down the road.
And they need it. It's been a couple of seasons, or it's been several seasons, and you see him getting up. That is number 45, Zane Seitz, that gets up. They need it in Pineville. It's a tight-knit community without a doubt, and they want their kids, their success as much as anybody does, and so you just you look for those days to come where those freshmen and sophomore are getting stronger, and they can get more numbers out there.
Right.
Back to action we go. 5:35 remaining until halftime. Trojans have it first down and 10 from their 49.
Staying in that three-man front. Now they're in the
sneaking that linebacker up just a little bit on the left side, and that causes Joe to go out there and make some switches, maybe flipping the side because the Rebel linebacker does as well. High snap, but the toss goes to Cunningham, and that was a good job of a little bit of deception there, it looked like, Coach. Joe goes up to the line and makes some adjustments, and the Rebels switch sides of the field, and Cunningham runs the ball that direction.
Well, it could have been an audible or something that he called when he saw that the guy flipped over to the right side. Now we got a whistle.
Trojans. Pineville calls a timeout.
Timeout for the Rebels. We'll take it with them. Be back in 30 seconds on 446 Sports.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Cenla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
We are back. 14-7. Trojans lead this. Coming up at halftime, a lot of special things, a lot of treats for us. We're going to have the Trojan band, the Troy Dolls will dance. And did I say treats? A big thanks out to Little Cakes with Big Attitudes for bringing up the little cupcakes up here. So
yeah,
we'll have.
I can't eat them, but I sure have been keeping
I'll give you the play-by-play on how that goes, Coach. Penalty flag.
It's like the defensive end on that side jumped unless we was pulled off. Anticipating the count, I guess.
Penalties have not been in favor of the Trojans, but this one does go for them. That'll give them the 5 yards. It gets the first down.
I'd like to see the Trojans continue to run the ball and, of course, speeding up clock at the same time. But we've had two opportunities. We should be 28-7 right now.
14-7 is the score now. Trojans had the one turnover on downs. They've also had the JT Lindsey fumble. JT back in the game now at running back. Toss comes to the near side and going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage. Good job of hustling. Look, I tell you, this Rebel defense, Coach, tonight has come to play.
Absolutely. That was number 25. Did a nice job of attacking the line of scrimmage.
Ja'Cory McGill, the junior, comes up and gets that. And you see a lot of these Rebels are now playing both ways on there as you expected. Second down and 10. Handoff goes to Lindsey. Lindsey carrying the football out wide a little bit. I'd like to see him tuck that in a little bit more.
It don't take much for the SWAT, somebody to punch that ball out.
Third down and 2, a little premature first down marker there. He's practicing.
Anticipation.
That's right. Third down and 2 go the Trojans. Mingo in kind of a backwards motion. Backwards like a Pentagon tour guide. I'll explain that to you if you need that reference. Handoff goes up the middle, spun around is Cunningham, still not going down, fights his way, twists around. So when these guys at the Pentagon give tours, all of it is backwards when they're walking. They train to walk the whole Pentagon and walk, so you're facing the crowd. They go up the escalator, wherever they go, it's always backwards that they are, and it takes some training to do that. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd be done tripped and fell.
Pass to the near side complete. EJ's got that one. Spun around and down right after he catches that one. EJ Scott quickly brought down. They'll give him 2, make it 2nd down and 8. Good job down there as that camera is right inside the line of scrimmage. There you see a little bit shaky on that close, so we may not be able to go to that one too much. Jumping off sides, but getting back was that Rebel defense. 2:56 to go.
Hadn't been given much credit, but our offensive line is doing an excellent job of putting a hat on a hat so far.
Cunningham, the play action going over the top. Now looking for Harrington. Harrington's going to pull it in. James Harrington, touchdown. Touchdown, Trojans. My goodness. Didn't want to give that football up after he caught it. But look at the concentration, Coach, of bobbling that ball around. We'll see it here. Let's take you through that. And that's the first reception by Harrington all season. But he was not to be denied on that one. He looked around and says, hey, they threw it to me, and look, I caught it. I've been telling y'all all year that I can catch it.
I can catch it, man. He might have had the blazing speed, but he showed a nice pair of hands there.
Normally in there is an H-back, and when we talked about him on the Bachman show a few weeks ago, we talked about his communication with Shield Taylor, who was that same position, now out for Stanford at fullback. Kick is up, and it is good. 21-7, Trojans lead this one, 2:40 to go until the break. We'll be right back on 446 Sports.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
Back to live action we go here at Butch Stoker. There I am. It was me. I had my headset or something.
Yeah, on me about not having the mic close enough.
My mic, well, it was above my head too at that point. 2:40 remaining. It was not. That's why Chuck doesn't get a microphone. At the 40-yard line, the Trojans have tried just the one onside kick. Now they go and adjust the football. Does Channing Mesh in there.
I'd like to see him kick it deep this time for a change. Of course, they got some good return guys, so let's see.
That one is high and short and off to the sideline and let it bounce around. It's dead out of bounds, Coach, and I just
he's got to learn. He got to aim for the between the hash and the numbers there, and he's getting it too far out of bounds.
But let me just play the other side of that. I don't see the coaching staff really getting that aggravated about it. Almost like he said, look, we don't want to return. Kick it out of bounds.
Yeah, well, that could be it.
Peabody and Grant, 20-14. Warhorses with the lead. Rose Pine all over Menard, 20-0 in that one. Neville opening things up at Tioga, 22-7. And they're scoreless at Bolton. Back here, your Trojans have the 21-7 lead as we're nearing halftime. Rebels would like to go down and get a touchdown here. Try to Belichick it. They get the ball to start the second half. That is Grimes. He has the only touchdown of the day. He is going to be something to watch over the next couple of years, Coach, as he becomes a junior and senior and gets bigger and stronger.
Yeah, he's doing a good job considering what, they've got a lot of youngsters out there. Got some good-sized linemen, however.
They do have their offensive line is solid. Again, it's just these younger guys have got to grow up some. Forget, we'll be covering the ASL 8-man football championship next Saturday at Louisiana Christian University is where that one will be. I think kickoff is at 7 p.m. in that. Did I see that? Anyway, the ACEL 8-man football state championship. Right up the middle goes Gates.
Gates with the carry for Pineville.
They're pulling the backside and making it look like they're going to run the trap to the strong side, and then they run it right back where that guard pulled from, and trying to pull that linebacker out of there. Picked up a sizable gain. Going to be third and about 2 or 3.
Third and a couple. 43-yard line is where the Rebels will scrimmage from. 128.
Look for a big pass here if they get the first down, I would think.
Rebels want to get some points on the board here prior to the half. Going to do it at the hands of Grimes as he runs around in there. He's going to get the first down. Clock will stop momentarily to reset the chains as Grimes gets the ball out to midfield.
You have to give them credit. They're moving the football on the Trojans. We haven't stopped them. Of course, we've got some subs in there on the defensive line. We got number 5 is out.
Yeah, we'll look around and don't see. I see Bryce on the sideline and not really got the helmet on, so that's a good indicator that he might make it in after halftime. First down and 10 from midfield. Snap is back, handoff goes.
Here goes.
Once again, I'm very impressed with the running of Ethan Gates tonight.
Gates with the carry.
That same running back to the weak side. Trojans have over-adjusted to the strong side, and they keep running it successfully for picking up 6-7 yards a pop.
Timeout called by the Rebels as they want to try to get something going. Got to answer that as they're starting to pull and move. There's a couple of plays that have worked for Pineville tonight. It's been that little inside handoff or pass, if you will, to Grimes, who's been able to get there. He scored their touchdown tonight. And then number 44, who is Gates, who's been just running the ball very well for the Rebels tonight.
Right. They had early success running to the strong side, pulling and leading up in there, and now they're faking that same play and coming back to the weak side, and the Trojans kind of over-adjusted, I guess, and linebacker's flying out of there, and he's picking up good yardage, 6-7 yards a pop. Of course, the time's going to be a factor here. Got to figure they're going to try to come up with a trickeration play or something.
Well, I don't think that they'll be able to sit back and just throw the ball. We've not seen that from them in any footage that we've watched. Keep an eye on Grimes. He lines up in the slot, kind of offset, almost even with where Whitty is. They've got 2 receivers back there, and now Grimes goes in motion. They fake it to him. There goes Whitty going over the top, just what we said he needed to do. And Mingo, turning receiver to defensive back, gets that one. Mingo pointing out to the defense to give me some room. And Mingo hammered down at the 37. That's the benefit of you putting your receiver back there, defensive back.
Yeah.
First INT of Mingo's career, as he's only been playing defense a little while. Future is so bright for that young man.
And there's not a lot of difference between being a receiver and defensive back, because basically you know what the receiver's doing if you've been a receiver.
So you don't oftentimes, you're not able to put your DB back as a wide receiver because they're usually a DB because they
have no
can't
hands.
catch the football. But when you put one of your star receivers back there, DB, and throw it anywhere close to him, and he pulled that in to give him a 35-yard interception return. No, our production team asking us if we thought the Trojans would kneel on it, and I don't believe that'll happen with 25 seconds to go. That's a lot of time. Back to pass as Joe steps up in the pocket. Spun around now and going to be brought down. He'd like for him just to go down there and get the timeout, and they do. That one took 10 seconds and a timeout. Going to keep it right here.
Picked up about 4 yards on the play. Timeout Trojans.
Again,
go with a deep route, I think, and been better off to hit a short guy and let him run in open field. But
well, you don't think that you didn't think that Joe was going to bust one down the middle.
No, he's not known for his running skills. He's got decent speed.
He's a big guy too, and when he runs the ball, he's effective with it. There, picked up 5 yards on that, but with 25 seconds when that play started. Then the good coverage by the Rebels. You're almost going to have to get something quick out and let your wide receivers create in space.
Right. Spread them out all over the field and hope you can hit somebody in a seam, or the post route's been successful down the middle.
21-7. Trojans have the lead in this one. They opened up the scoring 7-0, but the Rebels marched down following that J.T. Lindsey fumble and took it to the house on the very next play.
It's like Caldwell's up on Buckeye 12-0 in second quarter.
Senior night over at Menard, and we'll catch up on that here in a bit. EJ going in motion, back to pass, and that's that little dump screen bouncing around was intended for Cunningham, and that could have been ugly.
Number 9 had a shot at it. He tipped it up, and it was like volleyball.
One of their best athletes is Greg Willis, and that is number 9. And that would have certainly created some chaos right before halftime, as there was nothing but green grass in front of Willis.
Yeah, I think Coach Bachman might have had a little sigh of relief on that one.
9 seconds remaining. The DB playing close on Scott to the near side, but everybody else has a lot of room. The wheel route was successful out of the backfield last week a couple of times. You may see Cunningham bounce out. Cunningham stays in as a blocker. Bordelon pointing things out, and EJ should have went out of bounds there and gets slung down out of bounds, and that will do it for the first half of play. Trojans have the lead 21-7. When we are done here, the Rebels will get the football. We're going to go back to the studio for a commercial break, and then when the band comes on, we'll let you see them as well. We'll be right back on 446 Sports.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Tell me about that day.
There was a huge assembly, and then he came to the gym and he announced it.
I would like to honor a warrior that is right here.
I was diagnosed.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your halftime entertainment, we have the Alexandria Senior High School Marine Corps JROTC Blue Knights Platoon. The Blue Knights competes and performs for spectators across multiple states and are the reigning Louisiana State champions for all services, armed and unarmed exhibition drill. The Blue Knights perform with a replica 1903 A1 Springfield rifle, which weighs approximately 10 1/2 pounds. The platoon commander is Cadet First Sergeant Benjamin Melder. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Alexandria Senior High School Marine Corps JROTC Blue Knights Platoon.
Let's hear it for your JROTC. Now it's time for the Fighting Trojan Band. Drum major is Karina Millets. Drum captain Jess Owens. Band director is Jonathan Perkins. And the assistant band director is Kelton Spurgeon.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Can you tell me about that day?
There was a huge assembly, and then he came to the gym, and he announced it.
I would like to honor a warrior that is right here.
I was diagnosed with Wilms tumor kidney cancer.
Colin McGee. We're going to fly you and your family to Universal Studios in Los Angeles to meet Adam Levine. Yes!
I got there, and then we went to Santa Monica Pier, and the water felt good, and I found a bunch of cool rocks, and then we went to The Voice the next day. I got to meet Adam Levine after the show, which was amazing.
I'm Bob Giles, and I believe every business should give back. Join me at gilesgivesback.com.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back live here at the Butch Stoker Stadium, and down on the sidelines, as you can see, is Doug Gann with Coach Bachman. Take it away, Doug.
Coach, 21-7 lead at the half. Looked like the fumble may have been one thing that set you guys back. Gatlin's running the ball well. Tell me about the first half.
You know, I mean, at the end of the day, it's 21-7. You're right, Oatman drive, get a false start, just a self-inflicted wound. Probably should have converted the fourth down, but then we, you know, and then they pick up a couple of first downs, the jumping off sides on fourth down. There's a couple of plays that you can lead to where it felt like you had a chance to really break the game open, you know, and didn't make it, some self-inflicted. I have to go back and look at the film. I don't know, the personal foul when we had them stopped on third down was, I don't know. I have to see it on film. You know, I don't know what to tell a kid to do. Don't tackle him. But I don't know. I got to see it on film before I you know, evaluate that. But, you know, there's a couple of those things, obviously, the turnover. But, look, it's 21-7. We knew they were going to sit on the ball, try and limit possessions, try and keep the game close. You know, it is what it is. We got to take advantage of every opportunity that we get.
Amirion Mingo showing his worth again, comes out and gets his first INT of the night. How special is he?
Well, he's a kid that loves football. I say that, you know, and people are like, you know, that doesn't mean something. That's very important there. You know, trying to explain to the kids and everybody, there's a lot that love what comes along with football, and then there's some that love the game and playing football and competing. And he's one of those kids that loves to compete, and you can't have enough kids that bleeds into your locker room. I just love the kid. I love the way he loves to compete.
All right, Coach, go get him in the second half. We'll see you post-game. There you go, guys. We'll send it back up to the booth.
We are back here, and so we'll give you a couple score updates before we go back to commercial here. See that the last score updates we have, Marksville is behind Bolton. Bolton leading Marksville right now 21-12. Grant on top of Peabody 30-20. Neville leads in the Tioga matchup 29-7. Neville. And Rose Pine over at Holy Savior Menard, Rose Pine is up 34-0. And I have a score for Buckeye. The last one that I have there is Caldwell, I believe, is leading 12-0, and we'll get another update with that one. And the last night played Rose Rayville over Northwood Lena 50-6, and that was a last night matchup. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with you in just a few minutes. Give Doug a chance to sprint up this stadium and be winded when he gets on the mic. This is Chuck Perkins on 446 Sports.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Can you tell me about that day?
There was a huge assembly, and then he came to the gym, and he announced it.
I would like to honor a warrior that is right here.
I was diagnosed with Wilms tumor kidney cancer.
Colin McGee. We're going to fly you and your family to Universal Studios in Los Angeles to meet Adam Levine. Yes!
Got there, and then we went to Santa Monica Pier, and the water felt good, and I found a bunch of cool rocks. And then we went to The Voice the next day. I got to meet Adam Levine after the show, which was amazing.
I'm Bob Giles, and I believe every business should give back. Join me at gilesgivesback.com.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
Our mobile banking app is
Second half coming to you. I don't hear me, Chuck. Check. Yeah, okay. Second half coming to us from Butch Stoker Stadium, 21-7. Trojans have the lead. Grabs that, does Charlie Carr, and he's ready to go.
Yeah, I was kind of under the same impression. He had his arm up, and then he ran the ball, but apparently the official didn't see it. And
yeah, you saw what I was talking about there, that he waves the arm.
At least the kicker kept it in bounds that time, and basically the same spot they've been having it. And I got your headset, and you got mine.
30-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Rebels.
All right, now we get things set and ready to go. Rebels have it 1st down and 10 from their 30. That ball is going to be kept out of the backfield, so that was a direct snap to Greg Willis.
Willis with the carry.
That looked like shades of the old single wing that time. They had two backs leading him up in the hole, and just follow the leader there.
Now you see Willis going off the field. Again, one of their star athletes in a couple of different sports out there. I think we've got our on-field camera working just a little bit. Let's take a look from down there where brother-in-law's at. Yeah, see? Pretty good view. We'll have the line of scrimmage cam when they get inside the 20s, but a good look of it from field level. 2nd down and 8 following the 2-yard pickup. Grimes again in motion. Willis is going to keep it again and try to get to the outside, and does.
That's an adjustment they made at halftime. It's like I say, it's basically a single wing formation. Got backs leading around the corner, and nice pickup there.
And look, just find a way to get the ball in the hands of the playmaker, and he is certainly that.
They had been pulling the guard and leading out there. That time they just saw everybody base blocking and the backs leading around.
1st and 10.
Willis will stay in there at quarterback.
Now they're back to a regular set.
I think it's just a coach's decision.
There you go.
And he's, yeah. Bryce dumps down into the hole, but good to see rushing back in the game. Willis cuts that one up the middle, and he was looking for the outside again. Good contain from the corners to this side for the Trojans. Second down and 8. We've seen Willis carry the ball all 3 or 4 times, I guess, of this third quarter. 10.5 remaining in the third, just underway, minute and a half in.
That's adjustment there. The Pineville coaches probably made it halftime. We had a couple guys go down, so basically putting the quarterback's hands, and he's doing most of the running.
Grimes goes in motion. A little bit of a discombobulation there, and we believe that is Tydarius Harden that is carrying that ball that's in there. So a loss of 2 on there, make it 3rd down and 12. Trojans do a great job of adjusting in. That makes that stop on Willis when he had got to the corner even more important, because that gives this opportunity now, staying away from any sort of penalty. You heard Bachman very upset at the halftime and not wanting to make any judgment on that personal foul that was called until he sees the film. Snap is back. Willis is going to get it again. And he is hit and hit hard in the middle. That's Jeremiah Jeffers Wright. Also in on it, Dwight Minor. We know, and just watch the defense coach on here as they just close in. You've seen Willis not do anything except run the ball. And they're pinning their ears back and firing away on that one. But we know Willis has an arm. He pitched several strong innings against the Trojan baseball team back in the spring of last year.
Right, they definitely just key on him, because so far he's been the only one carrying the ball. And is that him back there pointing as well?
It should be Whitty. Mingo sits at the 18. That is Jalen Whitty still in there. He kicks a high, short kick. Got to get out of the way. It's going to check up around the 25-yard line. And that's where the Trojans will have it, 1st down and 10. 3. Go ahead, Coach.
Not a very smart move by number 10. He almost got on the ball, bounced back and hit him. That would have been not a smart move, but luckily the Pineville guy touched it first. That's one where you holler, get out of the way.
Tough season continuing for the Eagles across the way. They're down 34-0 versus Rose Pine on senior night at the Eagles Nest.
Didn't Rose Pine just take a whooping last week pretty badly?
Well, anybody that plays a Voiles generally generally does that. Handoff to Bordelon now. Cunningham trying to get to the outside. Good piece of blocking by Mingo. And Cunningham will get the 1st down. He's out to the 37-yard line. And there's that 1st down marker when it's supposed to be. That's what we like to see.
Of course, Southern Lab kind of got the best of the Voiles I saw last night. Put a whooping on him pretty bad.
1st down and 10 for the Trojans. Snap is back now. Quick throw to the near side. Mingo's got it. Good blocking. Now Mingo's trying to shake some of these tacklers and is going to be out to the 47. That'll give him 8 yards on that carry. Got to talk to Bachman there again, Coach, at halftime. I don't know if you were under the headset and heard some of it, but just how special that Mingo is and just wants to be out there playing football.
Yeah, he's a little do-everything guy. I mean, just about everything on the field, he's got a part in.
Handoff goes to Cunningham, and he's met in the backfield by a couple of Rebel defenders. That is number 56, Jacob Asbury, also there.
That's the first time I think that I can remember that they actually stopped him in the backfield.
3rd down and 3, give Datlin a loss of a yard. Eric Jones checks out but doesn't quite get out of bounds, and now when comes back in, he'll go up to the other side. He's there with Mingo. Man, James Harrington's going to be proud of that touchdown reception he had. He's in there at H-back. Got a true tight end in there. High snap, toss to the near side, and Lindsey, good piece of blocking by Harrington, and Lindsey's going to be out to the Rebel 45-yard line, and another Trojan 1st down.
Yeah, I think they were expecting the Trojans to go inside that time, and they pitched it outside and had a nice hold.
1st down and 10 for the Trojans. 7:05 remaining 3rd quarter. come right back with the toss to the near side. Lindsey, following his blockers, doing a great job of it, and gets another first down run. They'll give him 10 plus just a little bit.
Sanders on the stop, but it
Ty Sanders on the stop for the
Trojan.
Or actually, that is Sanders, and he heard he wasn't going to be back. Good to see that young man back in there.
Kind of walking with a little limp, but he's out there.
That's just gutsy play out of that sophomore defensive back. Toss over to the far side. Mingo, 3 straight plays, 3 straight first downs for the Trojans. And you see another first down, 6.5, and the Trojans continue to work that tempo. Scott and Jimmy Duncan and Mingo are the 3 receivers to the near side. Eric Jones is the far side, and you see the camera down on the field. That's our line of scrimmage cam, and that's just great footage there. You see the handoff in the run going right up the middle. Great work. Good job down on the field. Next, what we need is one of those cameras that they string across both sides and it flies up and down the field. Yeah, that's what, after the new press box.
Production there, crew.
Right. 1st and 10, go the Trojans. Hand off to the near side. That's Cunningham banging his way back around there. And they have keyed on Cunningham pretty good the last couple of times he's carried the ball. And quickly, JT gets back in there.
Yeah, they have kind of shifted the line to that strong side, which Trojans have been running to on the H-back side, I guess you call it.
Loss of another yard for Cunningham. 2nd down and 11. Joe and that offense look to the sideline to see what's coming in. Joe high snap. JT's got it. Now JT's trying to get his way up the middle. He goes down to the 7, we think. He's got it. It's not a goal-to-go situation, so the Trojans can get a first down without getting into the end zone, but would like to go ahead and just take care of the touchdown here. 3rd down and 7. Snap is high but corralled in. There goes JT banging around, spun around down to the end zone, short of the goal line. And now we're going to pay off that field camera here, as they're going to be right down, we believe, on the 1-yard line is where that ought to be getting set up. And look, it's like we're in the game with the guys.
It's like that, what do they call it?
The pylon cam. Yeah, I tried to go set a camera on there. They wouldn't let me do that. Joe's got it. Gets it to Datlin. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Datlin. Cunningham, touchdown, Trojans.
Little high on the run that time, but it didn't put behind his shoulder, but he got the touchdown nonetheless.
You see Cunningham here. And now, if I'm correct on this, all 3 of our cameras have been recording this, so we'll be able to get different angles of that touchdown when we go back and look at this. So great camera work, and couldn't do it without all of our sponsors. Those are the ones rotating around in the corner up there. Appliance Parts has joined the group tonight, so glad to have them. Kick is up, and it is good. 28-7. Trojans lead this one. 4:40 remaining in the 3rd. We'll be back in 30 seconds on 446 Sports.
Appliance Parts Company in Alexandria has all your major appliance parts needs. We sell parts to all major appliances as well as new appliances, including window units, chest, and upright freezers. Appliance Parts originally opened its doors on Lee Street in 1972, and we're now open at a new location on Memorial Drive to serve you better. Stop by, say hey to our crew, and check out our awesome holiday gifts. Appliance Parts, 2208 Memorial Drive in Alexandria next to Target. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 9 till 12.
And you hear the sounds of, is that Tommy Trumpet? Is that what that is? Am I not sure? I think that's what that is. Tommy Trumpet? Timmy Trumpet? The Mets. So I saw I guess the first time that's the rage. The Mets, that may be the bullpen guy or whoever it was, and I'm butchering this story, but they played that live in the stadium as their relief pitcher came in, and they go on to lose the division, get knocked out of the playoffs early, and, well, there you go. 4:40 remaining, has nothing to do with the football story, but
there's a pooch kick again and out of bounds.
you know, I just don't think
I don't think he's figured it out yet.
Well, you know, you can't run them back that way, and the defense is playing. And the one place that we've really struggled is kick coverage.
That's true.
Get up there, kick it out of bounds, and let them start at the 35 every time.
Washita, we gave up 2 touchdowns on a kick return. So
You're talking, so the difference is net 15 from kicking it into the end zone. You'd have it on the 20. You know, it's okay. This way, it's no big return.
Yeah. I guess you're right.
Well, I don't know if that's necessarily what they're working on, but I do know that may explain, because every one of them has been strong out of bounds. 35-yard line is where the Rebels have it. First down and 10. See if Whitty's back there at quarterback or if they've left Willis in. That is Whitty that's back in at quarterback. And that is the play to the near side, and Tydarius Harden.
Got hammered pretty good, knocked out of bounds, but picked up a big gain that time.
I think that Trojan defense opportunity to make a stand right here. 28-7 would be a good way to just really put the throttle down here. If you can get a stop and a score, you give yourself a 4-touchdown lead and some momentum. Right now it's 28-7, and it's been all Trojans since that first equalizing Rebel touchdown. Grimes in motion, and he's going to get it to get to the outside, and there goes Grimes again. And I'm telling you, I am impressed with that young man.
If you notice, they had an unbalanced set that time. They had 4 guys on the left side of the ball, and did a nice job of running through, finding the hole.
Grimes comes, or no, correction, that is Gates that comes back into the game, and he will come back in there. We see Whitty goes over to the sideline to get the signal or get the play come in, and he's got young Ethan Gates in there. Expect Gates to get the ball here. Gates has carried it well when he's been in the ball game. First down and 10. Grimes in motion, and it is a handoff to Gates. But Crenshaw was right there waiting on him, as well as Dwight Miner.
You can bet West Monroe's going to see this on the film, and these two plays that really hurt the Trojans is the run to the strong side with the extra blocker over there, and then run the same set and then run back away from it.
Like to see if we can get a score from that West Monroe-Washita game. That is a big one up in Northeast Louisiana. Played Washita last week, and we travel up to see the other Rebels next week. Second down and 7. Grimes again in motion. He gets it, trying to get to the outside, but he's hit right as he crosses the line of scrimmage. May give him a yard or 2. But just good, strong running by these young guys. So West Monroe 17, Washita 14 at the half, and that is a low-scoring affair.
Yeah, to me, that's going to be the key as to where the Trojans get in the playoffs, and not as where how well they play against
West Monroe. You're exactly right. You know, Washita looking to go back-to-back against the Rebels as they knocked off their streak last year. Stopped that big 100-plus consecutive district winning streak. Handoff goes right up the middle. Big Bryce back in on that tackle. Gates carried the football. That's going to bring 4th down, and there's no way you go out there and punt the football here. I look for him to bring Willis back in, perhaps.
Yeah, I can say one thing. He's running behind his shoulders. He's running hard up in the hole there.
Down, Trojan fans. I want to hear you out there in this press box.
Trojans did a great job stopping Washita on 4th downs last week. Rebels have converted one of theirs tonight. Trojans just put on an amazing display on 4th down last week, though.
Got to believe the quarterback's coming this right side toward the Ash bench.
Here comes the motion with Grimes and a little bit of a move around. They're going to get the ball on the ground. They're calling him down ahead of the first down marker, though.
Going to give him his forward progress, even though he spun him around and slung him backwards. He was able to pick up the first down.
Look, that was a lot of misdirection from the Rebels on that. I don't know if it was intended, but it was effective. Peabody 20-14 in that one, we believe. 34-0. We gave you the Rose Pine score. Grant now on top of Peabody 30-23. We got to see Grant when they played Buckeye out there on our Thursday night game.
Grimes with the carry.
There goes Grimes out again, just getting 7 or 8 yards every time he touches the football.
This looks almost like the single wing. It's not exactly, but the semblance. And the tailback is either running the ball or they're running it with a motion guy coming across.
Right.
Second down and 3.
Been effective. Trojans hadn't been able to stop them so far in this series.
Second down and 3. They'll give Grimes 7 yards on that pickup as we near the end of the third quarter. 37 seconds remaining in the third. Grimes once again, ball on the ground, and Grimes very alertly falls on it. Yeah. Two Rebel defenders run into, or offensive linemen run into each other. But again, the football IQ of young Landon Grimes has been on display, falling on that one alertly. But I'm telling you, keep an eye out on that sophomore. He's going to be special for the Rebels.
That's satisfied to go to the fourth quarter here.
Indeed they do. We'll come back for the fourth quarter play. Trojans lead at 28-7, but the Rebels are marching. You're watching Ash Trojan football on 446 Sports.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Back to J.L. Butch Stoker Stadium we go. Doug Gann alongside of Ernie Lott. Great camera work tonight by our folks. Roger Walker, the best-dressed cameraman in the business, is manning things up at the top. And Ariel is back there. You're not saying that you butchered the guy's name last week, and that's your son-in-law?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Chase. Jake. From okay. Jake, not Chase. Jake. There you go. And of course, Chuck Perkins pushing the buttons. Brett Stallsby down on the field. Ernie Lott by my side. I am Doug Gann bringing you. There's that camera down on the field with a look right inside the line of scrimmage on this 3rd down and 7. Grimes once again in motion, but the handoff is going to go up the middle and grinding away is Gates. Going to be stopped short, Coach, and it's 4th down again.
They have to give the Pineville linemen credit too. They're doing a nice job of coming off the ball, moving the Trojan front out, and getting to the linebackers, picking up 3 and 4 pop. Going to be a 4th and a pretty good chunk to pick up this time.
Trojans with 372 yards of total offense versus 159 for the Rebels. Rebels have had the ball 18 minutes, only 13 minutes for the Trojans, but they lead this one 28-7. Another 4th down move here. Whitty in at quarterback, and the Rebels will take a timeout. I was cheating a little bit and looking over the shoulder of my man Nathan Martin, who's to my left and had the stats up doing the Rebels broadcast. It's always, they have the stats program here, and so I was eavesdropping a little bit on what they had going on. And there it is, popped up again. That's good. That's good stuff. The Trojans with
They're waving us off here.
So they go with, you know how the coaches will cover up with their play card of what's
Can't
going
read the
on.
lips and all that.
Hey, look, they don't. The bad thing is we just hit this plug right, and get that one, and you can't beat fun at the old ball game.
Yeah, and we gave them prime seating. I mean, shoot, what else they want here? I'm having to stand up. My legs are getting tired.
Great to have Rich Dupree and Nathan Martin. They do the Rebels broadcast on radio and video, and great work by these guys. These two have been a team for about 47 years, I think. They've been
almost as long as I've been alive.
Almost as long. Back to live action we go here. It is 4th down and 4. Whitty in there at quarterback. He's got Gates behind him. Grimes comes in motion. It's Gates. It's going to have it, and here comes big. Jeremiah Jeffers Wrights is going to find his way into the backfield like he was over there in the huddle, Coach.
Yeah, the Trojans needed that. They haven't been able to stop them for the most part. They've moved the ball all the way down the field, but nice defensive play by the Trojans that time. And defense is stepping up in this game. Hopefully they will continue it next week against West Monroe Rebels. It's going to be a big task, though.
Indeed it is, and we're keeping an eye on that game as it is, 17-14 West Monroe at the half. That game across the river from Ouachita over at West Monroe, where we will be next week. The good thing about going up to West Monroe is stopping by the Burger Grind.
But you never seem to bring me any of the Burger Grind.
Told you to ride with us, but you got to drive the bus. Bordelon back to pass, looking for it all. There goes Jones. He's got it down at the 35 and going to fall down to the 30. Big time play to Eric Jones.
He wanted the touchdown, but at least he made the catch and then come up gimpy that time.
I think Joe gave it just about all he had with that one.
He aired it out about 40, 50 yards there.
Jones stays in the game. A lot of times you'll see a receiver come out after a big play like that, but he stands down there, and hustling back into position is my man Brett. JT's got it, and he just, that handoff looked like it was it took a long time to get going, and that blows up the timing of the play.
Yeah, we were lucky we didn't get a block in the back that time. Got away with one there, but no gain.
2nd down and 10 following the no gain after the big pass play. Back to Lindsey. That defensive line has done a great job. That was Keenan Taylor, number 73, just going down and grabbing the ankles and hanging on.
Yeah, give credit to the Rebels. They're still fighting. I mean, these guys no quitting. I mean, you got to give them that. To be undermanned as much as they are.
Every inch of the way, these Rebels are fighting. 3rd down now, and 8. Lindsey stays in the backfield.
Looks like we may be going for a field goal. I see they're running and hollering at the kicker there.
That's just
last time they did that, they couldn't find him, so maybe they're getting a heads up. You might have a chance for a field goal here.
Well, they're going to get 5 yards back on that offsides penalty. And, look, offensive lineman just sitting there. That was...
Yeah, you don't like being the offensive lineman when they jump that badly.
No, Calderon just stood there and took that hit. And we'll get that highlight back for you, too, because he just sits there in slow motion and falls back. Joe calls for it. Handoff goes up the middle. That's Lindsey cutting back. He's inside the 25, or the 15 to the 10. And that is going to be the 11 officially where they'll mark it. It'll be 1st down and 10, and the Trojans continue to roll.
Big number 56 for the Rebels was hot on his trail from behind, but he was just a little bit quicker and was able to get turned up before 56 caught him.
That's senior Jacob Asbury. We've seen him in on several stops defensively for the Rebels tonight. 1st down and 10, 9:44 remaining. That one goes to Mingo. Mingo's got it. He's going to get himself knocked out at the 1. Good job of coming up and play. And look, Coach, in an 0-7 season, down 28-7 in a game like this, it's easy to quit and give up. And there's not a bit of quit in these Rebels at all.
You gotta give that to them. And like I say, that's credit to the coaching staff. It's hard on the coaches. It's hard on the players when you. I've been through these kind of seasons.
Our goal line cam is working. We'll take a look at it right down. You can watch the touchdown run come in, and that is Datlin Cunningham into the end zone. Touchdown, Datlin Cunningham. Touchdown, Trojans.
My first year at Bunkie, when I came to Bunkie from Mississippi, Coach Britton told me, he said, Coach, we won't win a ball game. I said, oh, it ain't going to be that bad, Coach. And sure enough, he wasn't lying. 0-10, but those same guys that went 0-10 were 10-0 4 years from the freshmen that played that year. So, these kids at Pineville, if they stick together, I look for them to be good in the future.
Well, they've got great leadership in Bryant Bell, no doubt about that. Good hold, good snap. Kick is up from Van Dyke, and it is good. 35-7. Trojans lead at 9:19 to go over the visiting Rebels of Pineville. Back in 30 seconds on 446 Sports.
Appliance Parts Company in Alexandria has all your major appliance parts needs. We sell parts to all major appliances as well as new appliances, including window units, chest, and upright freezers. Appliance Parts originally opened its doors on Lee Street in 1972, and we're now open at a new location on Memorial Drive to serve you better. Stop by, say hey to our crew, and check out our awesome holiday gifts. Appliance Parts, 2208 Memorial Drive in Alexandria next to Target. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 9 till 12.
Back to J.L. Butch Stoker Stadium. Doug Gann alongside of Ernie Lott. 35-7. Trojans have the lead in this one. It has been just a grind out type of a game. It's not been anything explosive. The Trojans have scored a couple of different ways, but look to be on pace to pick up their first district win of the season.
Yeah, they did a little NASCAR for a little bit, but overall it's been just a steady pace offensively, and defensively they've been able to finally make some stops here in the second half.
We will get down and talk to Coach Bachman. There's that onside kick, bounces high. But good job of going up and high pointing that one was number 15, Justin Rachel. Rachel, the sophomore tight end for the Rebels, went up perfectly and attacked it. And that's how you've got to play a onside kick recovery. You've got to go get the ball, and you can't wait on it.
Right, and he did a nice job of catching it in his hands and securing it right away. Don't give them the ball on the 49. They're on 49, so they only got a half a field to go here.
This is when it works the other way. Trojans trying to get the possession in there. 9:15 to go in this one. Just find Grimes. That looks Whitty back in there at quarterback. And there goes motion again by Carr. Back to pass as Whitty turns and squares his shoulders up, and that is complete to Carr.
Had two receivers in the same spot. The Carr was kind of getting a shield by the guy in front of him there. And
what I liked about Whitty that he was able to do is he's rolling out to the far side and has to square his body up and do it, and doesn't try to throw offhanded. He actually squares his shoulders and looks at his receiver.
Yeah, that's kind of tough when you're going against your normal throwing side and be able to turn and do that.
The normal flow of the body. 8:47 and counting in this one. Here comes motion again from Carr. That is Harden. Tydarius Harden carries there. And the whistle blows. Let's see if they've got a...
Woody acts like he's got a cramp or something, maybe got stepped on.
He goes over there and he gets the signal or the play from Coach Bell. And I think a little bit of it is there grinding some offense, and so you had a penalty at the end of that one. That's the second personal foul by the Trojans tonight.
Must be a little trash talking going on.
Personal foul against the Trojans.
So onside kick recovery that the Rebels got, they get aided by the penalty here, and they've got it first down and 10 from the 20.
Yeah, it's the second personal foul penalty for the Trojans, and Pineville's had very few penalties of a couple of procedures.
Very disciplined game tonight. That is Harden there, and just runs right into Big Jeffers right. And that's down the stretch. Jeremiah has been playing very well. Seems like we've been calling 94 play after play on defense.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. He just manhandled him. Now I don't know where he didn't get blocked or what, or he fought off his block, but he was definitely in the backfield.
And you see that time not slinging him down, just tackling him. Second down, they'll give it a loss of a yard. So tackle for a loss credited to Jeremiah Jeffers Wright. Second down, 11. Whitty tries to move his man in motion out just a little bit and does. Now here comes motion from the other side. Whitty rolling to the near side, throws this one up and over the head of Charlie Carr.
Basically the same play. They ran to the right side that time, except he didn't have the back coming out that side and overthrew him just a little bit.
The difference in the two throws, the last time when he was doing it, he had to slow his roll, for lack of a better word, faces up and goes. This time his momentum carries with his natural throwing side, and that caused some lift on the ball.
Right.
3rd down and 11, certainly 4-down territory, no doubt about that. Whitty has Tydarius Harden in the backfield with him. Kind of a bunch set to the near side. 2 receivers split top. Now Grimes comes in motion. High snap, and there goes Carr on the inside handoff. Kind of reversed field that they were doing, and that gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Make it 4th down and 10. You know the Trojans have no choice but to go for it here. .650 and counting in this one.
It's a little bit closer game than I actually expected. Got to give credit to the Rebels for playing a tough.
This is that rivalry that Coach Bachman talked about, and when these two teams play, you chunk the records out the window and you just go play football. Whitty with the fake now is rolling this way, being chased by Bryce, and Bryce gets him at the end of the play, caused that ball to be thrown short, and it's a turnover on downs for the Rebels, and here comes that Trojan offense.
They did a good job of stopping them after about a 35-yard drive by the Rebels, and the Trojans could be able to run the clock out, or they may go tempo and try to pick up another score here.
The only reason I think that they probably run their offense here is that it has not been as textbook as you'd like it to be. Yeah. You know, they've got the 35 points on the board, but expectations were to run a little more smoothly than they have tonight.
Well,
still a big lead.
Credit to the defense for the Rebels.
100% you do. Good pressure still. Joe out of the pocket scrambling is just going to dip out of bounds. And sometimes discretion is the better part.
Yeah, he definitely didn't have anybody to throw to do good coverage by the Rebels that time, and he managed to pick up maybe a half a yard.
We will make our way down on the field to talk to Coach Bachman following the game. Harrington quickly running off the field. Harrington with his first touchdown reception tonight. That was great to see. Back to passes. Joe, he gets it over to Mingo. That was kind of a backwards type lateral as Mingo had to adjust back for it. I don't think it was initially meant to be thrown behind the line of scrimmage, but it was.
Yeah, wide receiver screen there, and did a good job, Rebels did, of getting off their blocks and only limited about 2-yard gain.
3rd down and 7, we'll call it. 5:54 and counting.
Only a 3-man rush. They're dropping 8 here. Like to see a draw or something.
Short snap there. Joe's got to get it and move around. This is the time you may have a lineman downfield. He's pointing around and going for EJ, and EJ unable to get to it and just throwing that away. Lucky he didn't get sacked.
Yeah, that play didn't look too good to start with the bad snap, and then everything else kind of got off kilter.
And that will bring up Joe's first punt of the game. He has been solid kicking the football this year. Joe back standing on his, around the 5-yard line, 6-yard line as well. Here is where he will creep up to.
Oh, no.
And that one snapped high. Joe still able to get it. Joe gets hammered back there. So that's going to turn the ball over. Trojans will get the first down on the roughing the kicker. And that is going to be Jeremiah Morty that gets whistled for that roughing the punter. But, and a lot of it, though, was just aggressive running because Joe scrambling around with it.
Yeah.
But you still got to, that's one of the 3 automatics that get you the first down: roughing the passer, roughing the kicker, or roughing the snapper. They're going to call him just for, they'll decline it and take the result of that. So that was a running into the kicker. Yeah. Wow, that was just running into him. And the way that the flag was thrown, so they'll pick that up. But they take the end result as that punt rolled down to the 23-yard line. Tremendous punt from Joe. 57 yards on the punt, roughly.
Yeah, after a bad snap and able to get it off.
So running into the kicker was the call, not roughing.
Got 5:20 to go in the game here. You'd like to see the defense step up.
I certainly think that was the right call. Is that there was no real intent.
Well, and two, he kind of, like I say, he did run around a little bit, so it made him actually a runner, I would say. So here goes this.
Handoff goes to Tidarius. He's getting to the outside, but is grabbed there. And look, I love that new camera that we've got down that lets you see right down on the goal line or on the line of scrimmage. Once he gets it set, I like it. Doing great work now. That should be a pretty stable look at it. That's right down at field level. You saw the touchdown and even getting a little zoom in to take a look at, almost like he can hear us talking about him. Almost. Great improvements, and all of these, our sponsors that rotate in the corner, we couldn't do it without each and every one of those guys. Grimes has it getting to the outside. He is met there by either Anders or White. I'm not sure which one was in on that one.
Tell you what, the air conditioning is working good up here tonight. Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm getting frosticles on me.
We just thought that was great hair.
Third down now and 6 for the Rebels from their own 28-yard line. 4:13 remaining. You see the Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard. It shows your Trojans 35-7 over the Rebels. Grimes in motion. They do that little counter action, and that gets Carr back to the near side, right actually close to the middle.
Gonna be close to the first down. I think maybe a little short.
They're marking about a yard shy of it.
You know, only in Louisiana can one day you be wearing an overcoat and the next day you, what's this?
Face mask call at the end of the play. And, well, that is 3 big penalties that the Trojans have had whistled against them. 3 penalties, 45 yards there, and they have had some others.
Yeah, it's not going to be good go, and you know you got to go to West Monroe, so you can't afford to give these kind of first downs another chance at them.
Trojans will even their record at 4-4 on the season as we wrap up week 8. Jalen Whitty rolling to the near side, throws a beautiful pass up there, and that's going to be a flag thrown on number 21. And regret to say I don't have it. Let me see if the new roster's got it that I have here, who number 21 is. That's Jay Frazier, the freshman, younger brother of Tay Frazier.
Yeah, that was good.
Jay Frazier on that penalty is going to be whistled there. But, Coach, you take that one because it's a 10-yard penalty.
Yeah, because if he'd caught it, he would have had it at about the 20-yard line, so it actually come out a whole lot better. It was a case of face guarding, I think, more than anything else. He didn't see the ball. If he'd have turned around, he might have got away with it.
Frazier will come out. Now Mingo gets back in there.
Got fired temporarily.
Temporarily, they just go and Coach Mercer will over there and coach him up a little bit.
Nice coverage, just turn and look for the ball.
First down and 10. Carr comes in motion. Harden's going to have it right in the middle of the line, down to the 35-yard line. So give him 3 yards on that pickup. Second down and 7.
I'm impressed with the Rebels. They're still playing hard. Backs are running hard. The linemen's blocking. You know, there's no quit in them for sure. Even though they're down 35-7, they're still giving it a good effort.
Don't forget, next week, our Thomas Bachman show will be on Tuesday night. Again, Tuesday night from Walk-Ons, as some Halloween festivities start to make their way around the cities, and so we moved it up a little bit. Game will be Friday at West Monroe. That one, throw and catch, complete to the near side. That's the 25, number 19. Braylon Wilson has that, another one of those sophomores doing work for this team.
Picked up the first down. at the 27-yard line.
You know, they'll have Jalen Whitty back. He's their quarterback. They'll have that young man that was back, Braylon Wilson. Ty Sanders, just the sophomore. He's come back. A lot of young players making impact plays for these Rebels this year.
I'd like to see the defense step up right here and put a stop to them up 240 to 239 and counting.
Grimes again in motion. The counter comes there, and Big Bryce. That's the second time he sniffed that one out, and we've seen him do that on 2 plays tonight, just blowing through the line of scrimmage.
If you were the running back, you don't want to see that big fella on you.
Watch him on your replay that comes in. Bryce just comes in there, and my goodness.
That's pretty close to a slobber knocker lick there.
That was almost one of those. I've got to give you that. 2nd down and 15. We'll give him a 5-yard loss on that one. 2:04 and counting here. This one just about officially in the books. Grimes in motion again. He gets this one, and he's met right there.
The only thing I can see that the defensive front for the Trojans are standing up. Of course, they're whipping the offensive lineman right now, but it's going to be bad news if you run up against West Monroe, because they're going to have some big studs, I'm sure, at the offensive line, and they're going to be running right at our Trojan defense.
Gary Matthews on the stop for the Trojans. 3rd down and 15, minute and a half to go. And a couple of more shots at it for the Rebels, trying to get another touchdown on the board here. Whitty rolling. He throws it pretty good when he rolls out to this side. That one in and out of the hands of number 19, Braylon Wilson. That'll stop the clock and bring up 4th down. 1:17 to go.
He had him open. He just, the receiver dropped the ball. It was a good pass by the quarterback that time.
So our Thomas Bachman Show will be Tuesday night next week, 7 o'clock, live from Walk-Ons. We will be beginning our coverage Friday night at 6:30 from West Monroe. It'll be your Trojans visiting the Rebels of West Monroe. So back-to-back Rebel weekends. We hope that it's the same result as tonight's victory over the Rebels. 1:17 remaining, 4th down and 15. Whitty trying to keep things going and he's being pressured up and just throws that one away. The Trojans will take over, turnover on downs again, and I do not at this point really expect the Trojans to run their offense.
Yeah, nice job by Bryce that time. He helped the quarterback up after he put him on his backside, and you like to see sportsmanship like that.
Indeed, you do. So, goodness, what a night it's been. Trojans pick up their first district win of the season. They'll even their record at 4-4. Victories over East Ascension, over Green Oaks. I lose my train of thought somewhere in there, and then this one tonight over the Rebels.
Yep.
False start, it looks like, against the Trojans. And look, that's really not what you want when you're trying to run the clock.
Well, we got the youngsters out there. We got the whole basically second team, JV, whatever you want
Bradley
to call
Wilson is there at quarterback. Bradley Wilson, the new quarterback for the Trojans. So maybe he'll take a couple of shots at rolling and throwing the ball. That looks like Talon Johnson that has it there. Talon gets his way through the line of scrimmage and will pick up a couple. 103. Big game at 2:30 tomorrow. You can read about it on 446 Sports. We have a little article before the game and have a complete wrap-up following that one. So go to 446sports.com and you'll be able to read about tomorrow's Tigers game and get live tweets throughout the game tomorrow. Johnson's got it. Johnson getting to the outside, banging around. And that should be... They're going to stop the clock, it looks like, to move the chains. So they'll stop that momentarily, as it is a first down for the Trojans.
Get one more play here, looks like. Maybe.
Yeah, they're going to have to snap it because the play clock and game clock are about 6 seconds apart. Wilson brings Johnson over to his left side from directly behind him. Ooh. High snap, but Johnson's got it, and he's going to get hammered in the backfield, and that should wrap things up tonight Headsets are coming off, official handshakes with the coach, and that will wrap things up. Going to try to get a word with Coach Bachman before we wrap this up. We'll head out to a commercial and be right back. You're watching Ash Trojan Wrap-Up Show. They're victorious 35-7 on 446 Sports.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin, an idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Lock On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
The 2022 Time Dealer of the Year, Bob Giles, is now the new Hyundai dealer in Senla. Bob earned the industry's most prestigious award out of 16,000 new car dealers nationwide.
Hi, I'm Bob Giles, and I promise our team at the all-new Giles Hyundai will do everything possible to live up to the high standards that earned us this most prestigious honor. And with the utmost enthusiasm, we greatly look forward to serving you.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family for all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, Apparel and Promotions in Pineville.
Appliance Parts Company in Alexandria has all your major appliance parts needs. We sell parts to all major appliances as well as new appliances, including window units, chest, and upright freezers. Appliance Parts originally opened its doors on Lee Street in 1972, and we're now open at a new location on Memorial Drive to serve you better. Stop by, say hey to our crew, and check out our awesome holiday gifts. Appliance Parts, 2208 Memorial Drive in Alexandria next to Target. Open Monday through Friday.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Senla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
And we are back to the Butch Stoker Stadium. Let me turn this echo off because I know now what Doug has been talking about, that echo in your ear. Doug is down on the field, and so Doug, 35-7, to finish this one up. What have you got to say there, bud?
Well, we'll get Coach's thoughts on it, too. You know, getting the game wrapped up without any injury, we didn't see. There are going to be penalties that he's going to want to clean up without a doubt. We'll see if we can get him over here now, though. The guys are starting to break it up there. But you're going to see Coach Bachman that is happy to get out here with the win and injury-free. But we'll see if we can get Coach Bachman over here real quick.
And while you got a few, while you're trying to get him over there, I'll give you a few score updates. I see Bolton is ahead of Marksville, 29-12. Grant over Peabody, and it doesn't show that it's over with, but it's 44-20, so all but being over with. Rose Pine 48. Go ahead.
That game, Chuck, was one that they had the lead in, I believe, that Peabody did, and Grant came back strong.
They did indeed at one point in time. Down at Holy Savior Menard for senior night, unfortunately the seniors are getting upsetted. 48-0, Rose Pine leads Menard. And Caldwell over Buckeye, 19-0. In Tioga, Neville leads Tioga 29-7. I believe actually that's 43-7 the last, 42 or 43-7 on it.
All right, we're down here now, Chuck, with Coach Thomas Bachman. Coach, congratulations on a big win tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. I think that's important for everybody to understand is that you play the game to win, and our kids did that. I feel there's a little bit of a, all week you hear, oh, y'all going to do this and you're going to do that. And, and then the kids get the pressing or you think that you should. You can't score 100 points in one play. The possessions were limited. Tip your hat to Coach Bell and them. They got the first downs and were able to bleed a little bit of clock. But, at the end of the day, we played to win and we did that.
Absolutely did that. Picked up your first district win. Speaking of first, we talked about at halftime Mingo's first INT, but what we forgot about was Harrington show you that tight ends can catch touchdowns, Coach.
Yeah, that's something we've wanted to do. Harrington is an unsung hero, does a lot of the dirty work for us, so that was awesome to see that, got him in the end zone and gave him a chance to, enjoy that moment. It was fun to see his teammates celebrate him on the sideline after, too. That was a lot of fun.
Well, Coach, good victory tonight. We look forward to going and repeating this against another Rebels team next week up at West Monroe.
No doubt. Next week, another great opportunity on the road up in their place. And so we'll have a big weekend and a big week of practice, and we'll be looking forward to that one.
Head Coach Thomas Bachman. Coach, go enjoy it with your team. We'll see you next week. Chuck, there you go. Just a great time down here on the field. A lot of firsts. We'll send it back up to you guys to wrap things up for the evening, and I'll be back up there in a bit.
Thank you, and we'll hold a spot for you up here, Warm, so you can just go ahead and sprint up these stairs for us.
Yeah, we'll see. You'll hear me on this broadcast again next week. We'll see you guys later.
Absolutely. And that was Doug Gann down there with Coach Bachman to finish up this game. Ernie, you got your headset on there, and I'll turn your mic on now. So give me a little bit of thoughts of how it compared to what you showed with your keys to the game and what you saw turn out of the game today.
Well, I thought the defense stepped up and played better. They, bent but didn't break. And you got to give credit to the Pineville Rebels. They had no quit in them. They played hard the whole night, even though they probably a little shorthanded and got a lot of young guys playing and going both ways out there. We're going to have to definitely step up the game next week against West Monroe Rebels. They're going to be physical. They're going to come out, and I feel like they're going to run right at the Trojans. That's teams that we've had the most trouble with is teams that run the fullback lead and tailback follow, or the quarterback follow right up in the middle of the line of scrimmage. Like to see the defense maybe, here I am coaching, but do a little more pinching, slanting, stunting, try to negate some of that. But I'm sure Coach Bachman and his staff will do a good job getting the Trojans ready. And I feel like that's going to be the key to whether they make the playoffs or not, what they do against West Monroe. Because, with them having to play in the select category, it's going to be a difficult situation. You're going to have the big boys like Brother Martin and some of those big private schools in New Orleans area, and, of course, some of the Lafayette schools and so forth. So, Trojans got their work cut out for them.
Absolutely. And, they can't procrastinate on doing anything. But I've been working on my procrastination issues. Just you wait and see. But next week they definitely – can't do any procrastination. They've got to hit the ground running starting tomorrow morning.
They got to come out and put a stop to them early in the game, and you know, I don't know. I haven't seen West Monroe, but looking at some of the scores, you know, we looked at the Ouachita score earlier, and Ouachita has got speed, and they gave us fits with the speed and on the kickoffs and some big plays. If we can limit West Monroe the big plays and you know, keep the score low, I think we got a shot.
And my last update on the West Monroe game says it's fourth quarter, 24-14, West Monroe over Ouachita. So, yeah, that's going to be a big task anyway. Looking forward to that one.
Yeah, well, and I think Coach made some changes on the special team. We were talking about that. That hurt the Trojans against West Ouachita. Their speed, they ran 2 back, touchdowns, and then they had a fumble recover that in just a matter of minutes we gave up 2 touchdowns right off the bat after the fumble, and which was a questionable call, and it looked like he was down. But that's, there was nothing you can do about that. But when you have a transition like that from offense back to defense, that guys got to be ready to step up and play. So hopefully Coach Bachman will have the troops ready, and we'll make the trip up to West Monroe and to the University of West Monroe with the big stadium and the big Jumbotron and all the other things, AstroTurf and all that, but I think the Trojans will be ready.
Yeah, and, last week, even though the result wasn't what we wanted, but to have a 1-point game at the end of the day
and
after being
and
being a 21-point deficit and to come back, absolutely exciting game to be at and to call, even though it didn't turn out to get that 2-point conversion to go ahead right at that point. So. Any last thoughts real quick?
No, just look forward to going next week, and hope the Trojans are ready, and then I'll be there along with the rest of the crew and bring it to the folks out there, and hopefully they enjoy the broadcast.
Absolutely. And again, thank you, Ernie, for being here. Thanks, Doug, for being down yonder. I'm sure he's going to go back and listen. And if he doesn't go back and listen, and nobody tells on me, I actually got a joke on the football broadcast, and he won't ever know. So, my daughter Ariel and son-in-law Jake
did an excellent job.
They did. Camera guys, Brett down on the field, Cam, and Roger up here, the best dressed man. Absolutely. Thank you. All of us part of 446 Sports. Looking forward to the next one, and none of this is possible without our Lord and Savior helping us and blessing us along the way. Thank you for being here. See you next week. Tuesday at the Coach Bachman Show is Tuesday night, again at Walk-On. So this will be the last time it's on Tuesday that we know of, possibly, in regular season anyway. But then the game again is on Friday, and we will be traveling up to Monroe. Again, thank you for joining us. This is Chuck Perkins saying Coach a lot. Y'all have a good night, and bye-bye. This is 446 Sports.